It's the beginning of the year. Time to check my study achievement wall. For the past 4 years, I've been non-stop fighting my way to climb the vocational education. Today it's about to change. But let's look into my study history. Here's my Year 10 report card. I've completed my Year 10 in 2006 Arthur Phillip High School, Parramatta, Sydney, New South Wales. As I'm going through my report, I could see the achievement bar. On the left, that's all the ticks are, which is limited achievement, and to your right is outstanding achievement. Now, those who says Chinese are good at studying, that's true, but I'm not one of them. I'm the underachiever. I didn't know how to read or write. And here's the teacher's comments.
William has had difficulty in meeting the outcomes of this course due to his lack of interest in his studies. He has the ability to improve upon this result providing he is willing to make the effort to read more and widely and to spend more time in the planning of his written assignment. William has had an attitude to his studies which has not allowed him to achieve his potential. In order to improve, William needs to concentrate at all times, complete all class work and homework tasks with greater effort.
Books doesn't interest me. I get bored immediately because I don't know any of the words while I'm reading. And I just gave up. I'll constantly read how many numbers of pages that I've read. Maybe like 10 pages. And once I reach the 10, I'll never touch the book ever again. The first book I ever wrote was The Male Last Dancer. At the age of 21. I just couldn't believe I managed to read that book. I just put my head down, constantly reading and reading. And look at me now. I'm reading The World is Flat. Back then, I always complained about the width size of the book. It has to be thin. It really has to be thin. As always. The habit of reading books did change my life. It changed my identity. Who am I? You see, the book that changed me the most will have to be Jamie Oliver, reading his autobiography book. Beginning of his chapter, he mentioned that he has dyslexia that hasn't been diagnosed until adulthood. As I'm reading through the book, his life story, it sounds more like me. After complete reading the book, I've decided maybe I should go and do assessment. See if I'm one of them as well. Right now, I'm flipping 26 pages of me having dyslexia. Without the passion of reading books, I don't know when I came across that I'm suffering dyslexia at the age of 25. Getting back into study as a mature age student was a difficult decision that I ever made. You see, in my past, I just never see myself as a talented student. But once I've taken the course, oh boy, I've never been happier the position I'm in. I never felt dumb or being bottom of the class. Felt like my life is changed 360 degrees. Being motivated to learn, just to read or write. I'm concentrated, even more concentrated than before. I'm at the mode, wanting to learn more, hungry to learn. I remember going to the library, reading color code literacy books. I've always started from beginners, even though I am still having troubles with it. I began to learn to do research and typing up my essays or assignments. I was so proud of myself. Going up to the class, present my oral presentation. I couldn't believe myself. Raising my hand, just to answer questions. Like, I never done this before. This didn't occur to me for the last 23 years of my life. I felt like a true student ready to learn. I had a goal, just to get a Year 12 certificate. That's it. I started from Cert 2 Foundation and Vocational for further studies in Bankstown, TAFE. At that time, I wasn't diagnosed. Got financially abused. There you go. We've got the gangster grandpa down there.
Grandma! That's a woman.
Out of all, my favorite is to make an oral presentation. I started to use a unique way of presenting my speech by simply just using my hobby, my new hobby that I gained during that time is just making videos. Why can't I just put speech and videos together? For the past 3 years, I've been started to make videos right in front of the class, and it was great. Adapt into new environment. It takes time for migrant to understand Australian culture. As a migrant worker, it's important to understand how to approach newcomer without giving a bad impression. In Australia, we adapt the Western style of greeting with a handshake.
Yeah.
Declined. One of my all-time greatest on studying is Cert 3, Pathway for Further Studies in Granville, TAFE. That's a course a step away from tertiary preparation, which that course allowed me to get an ATAR. I was surrounded with highly academic students, so me being the fish, I just have to put my head down by simply sitting at the front of the class and just focus, just focus simply. Classmate behind me is forming huge group, where me, I don't want to be the big huge group. I just want to be myself and just focus on study. I study twice as hard, and yet I'm still jealous of my classmate. He doesn't attend much of the classes, just focus on smoking weed, fights, flirting the hottest girl in the class. Yet they still get 90 out of 100 on their paper. Where me, on the other hand, stay in the learning center for further help and just get a credit on the paper. I stay focused, persistent, punctual, stay every single class till the end with teacher support. At the end of the course, I failed one of the unit, but it wasn't a major. The coordinator granted me a pass based on my hard work and my study ethics. As the course finished, I've realized I was one of the 3 students who passed the course. I was disbelieved.
I remember the day of lodging my high school dropout paper to each teacher. On the same day, Clinton told me I'll end up as a toilet cleaner for the rest of my life. I bounced from Bankstown, Granville, Liverpool straight down to RMIT and now FIU. I've given up my house, business, car, friends, and ongoing conflict with my dad to be where I am today. And yet, I'm surrounded with people telling me I made a bad choice in my life. Thanks to my negative friends who used and abused me, guiding through your power and love. Never let anyone stop you from chasing a dream, or else you end up being their sheep.
Spreading my accomplishment through social media of me getting to university to prove a point to my negative friends. It was a bad idea. It turns out I was depressed for a month. Instead, I received an arrow, shot me through the depression button, allowing my negativity surrounding against me. After all the hard work that I made, I wish it was done in a personal message. Instead, trying to be a keyboard warrior, going in public, which is on their newsfeed. During my depression period, I went up to Sydney for a family visit. Yet, my mind still narrows down as negative. I couldn't take it anymore, and I looked for positive attributes to get me out of this depression. Having the spare time given me the chance to think. At the time, I wasn't looking through my study journey, how far I come. Knowing university is such a big step in my life. So I've decided to go to my campus and speak to one of the librarian staff. Hello, I'm just actually thinking about, I came here 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I felt like I'm being burnt out because I just got into Bachelor of Social Work. And it will be my first year, and I think this is a great point for me just to go back to my roots. Seeing myself, why am I doing this? I just keep saying to myself, why do I keep telling myself I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to make it? So I think it's a great idea for me just come in to explore every book that I go through, and my journey has gone through, so yeah, I just want to offload it. Yeah.
Well, we're open till 7. But are you enrolled to be a student at TAFE or?
Nah, I'm already in university, bachelor, so
Okay.
I'm just going through just to see how, just be more positive vibe rather than all this negative
That you got through
mindset
it.
that I've gone
it
through it.
before and you can do it again.
Yeah, so it's pretty much, that's why I came here, just to go by.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything is still the same, nothing's been changed, and I was like, wow. I thought it's been closed down because, 3 years ago it's like, oh, we're going to close.
A little bit. I'm surprised you didn't notice. But
Yeah.
a little bit's changed.
But not much from 3 years so far, no. But so it's going around.
Social work is in 300, so 300 members over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like 6 months. You're not going to read those ones,
Yeah,
so-
I probably have pretty much half an hour left to go. So
Okay.
yeah, that's why I just look through my journey, go through all the courses, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard, isn't it, when you're young to work out what you want to do.
definitely is. But
As long as you're enjoying it day to day, that's all you think about.
yeah, I just realised it's a lot different. I think doing Cert 3 to diploma, it was different, and now going to bachelor will be even different settings. So I was just going through all the memories and everything, and so just pretty much gotta be serious about it. So yeah. Oh well. Well, thanks for talking. So just offload some of the stuff that have been on in my mind. That's all.
Why can't I realize I'm fighting for my life? Why can't I realize I'm fighting for my life? This is like a flashback. This is like a dream. This is like all the things you did inside a memory. This is like a flashback. This is like a dream. This is like all the things you did inside a memory. This is like a flashback. Flashback. Why can't I realize I'm fighting for my life? Why can't I realize I'm fighting for my life. This is like a flashback. This is like a dream. This is like all the things you can fit inside a memory. This is like a flashback. This is like a dream. This is like all the things you can fit inside a memory. This is like a flashback. This is like a dream. This is like a flashback. This is like a flashback.